Darren, clearly not the result you were looking for today. What about the performance? How do you reflect on that overall?
Mixed, really. I thought we started okay, and then the goal knocked the stuffing out of us, and we didn't really create the tempo after that. We didn't play enough balls in behind and test them, and I think our passing was quite slow, so I challenged them at half time. It was similar to the game midweek, move the ball with composure, but you need to move the ball with tempo, and that was difficult. I thought we created enough chances, then to go 2-0 down was disappointing, but the lads responded well. When we got back to 2-1, I thought, here we go, the crowd was up, the energy was up, but ultimately we couldn't get it over the line and get an equalising goal. But I think you can see that the players are fragile, and they need to build themselves up though, because it's up to them now. They've got to respond.
That's it. Do you feel this is a squad devoid of confidence, and again an Achilles heel is conceding goals?
Without a doubt, and then you concede a goal and then the confidence hits them as well. So confidence is one of the most powerful things in football. So they've got to, when you don't have confidence, you have to dig deep, and you have to battle, grind, fight, work, win games, and then the confidence comes back. But they're experienced players, they're talented players, and as I said, I challenge them to regroup, and it's over to them. Someone's going to come in and lead them, and they need to make sure that they've got a lot to play for this season. This team's still good enough to achieve success this season, but they've got to dig deep and find a way within themselves. Yeah,
as far as you're concerned, is this your last game in interim charge for this spell particularly?
Well, this is what I've been asked to do, so I've not had any discussions beyond that. It's just I've did the job this week, and we have to concentrate on the game. All discussions with that, I'm sure, will unfold in the next couple of days. What
is the biggest challenge you feel the next person coming in needs to address with this group of players?
As you said, confidence. I don't know, potentially being used to playing a certain style and formation, that's difficult to adapt from. But as I said, they've just got to come together. The biggest thing for me is that the group, the players, whoever leads them, comes together. It's only them in this situation. It's only them that can do something about it. Build the confidence through grinding out maybe some results. You want to play nice football, but you've got to find a way to win first. And once you do that, hard work, attitude, application, it might not be pretty at times, but from there you can grow and build, and then the fast, exciting football can come.
I mean, you could hear the fans' frustration at full time, booed off, out of both cups now domestically, not in Europe this season. Is that a sign of where this club is at and just how big a job the next full time manager has to do here?
Well, it is, yeah. As you say, out of cups, only Premier League games to play for. Yeah, fans weren't happy at the end, but they've got every right to air their grievances, and I don't think it was toxic by any stretch of the imagination. So they showed their disappointment, and they've every right to do that. The fans have supported the team for a long, long time and got behind them. Old Trafford's an amazing atmosphere. They're at the cup today, so understandably they're disappointed, but I'm sure if the players show the right reaction, the fans will get behind them like they always do, because, as I said, there's still a lot to play for in the Premier League this season.
Can I just ask you about your exchange with the referee at the end of the match? I know Shay Lacy was sent off, and I think you got a yellow card as well. Just what was said between the two of you there?
Well, one, injury time, minimum 5 minutes, and there was stuff going on in injury time which should have been there more time, and ultimately the first Shay Lacy foul's not a yellow card. I've no idea how the Brighton players didn't get yellow cards first half. We probably end up with more yellow cards. Shay Lacy's yellow card is ridiculous compared to the fouls that we had as all game, which ultimately then the lad makes a mistake and is sent off. So for me, it's poor refereeing, and I'll take the yellow card. I can handle that.
How is he in there? He obviously was very lively when he came on, but to get a red card, he's just 18 years of age.
No, he's disappointed because he cares. And he understands, and he knows he'll learn from it. But there's no doubt about his talent and the steep learning curve today. But we believe in Shay. He's one of our most exciting young prospects, and I'm sure Old Trafford, he'll have a chance to make amends for that in the future.
We appreciate your honesty. Thanks, Dan.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Very much indeed, Liam. Yes, there was a lifeline on the 85th minute, but unfortunately it wasn't enough for us to progress to the next round of the FA Cup. I'm joined by Quinton and Wes. I mean, it's just so disappointing. Watching the lads' disappointed faces, watching Darren Fletcher, it's just devastating, really, Wes.
Yeah,
this stage.
Yeah, Fletcher, he'd be devastated. Obviously, we got back into the game probably a little bit too late. We got the goal. I do have to say Brighton actually did well to keep us out, but we just didn't have enough in the tank, and we weren't able to break them down. For me, very unlucky. Lacy getting sent off as well. That obviously. The time's running down as well.
To do that to a young player as well.
I just think he was just frustrated, wasn't he, with the ball going out, or he must have thought it was our ball. So yeah, just little things that didn't help along the way. But yeah, it's a shame because it was a good advantage being at home today. Even though we're playing a good team, but we just didn't quite do enough.
We can hear the boos in the background. I think that might be the referees going down the tunnel. And Quinton, I think you were more disappointed at the fact that he's a young lad.
Yeah.
And the referee probably didn't, he could have given a bit of an olive branch there.
I know it's not something you should have, Wes was saying he shouldn't be doing that, but you expect a little bit of common sense from the referee.
Yeah.
He's a young player. Just give him maybe a little warning and tap on the back, just don't do that again. But to send him off, come on, it's not even a bad tackle.
To watch a young player go off, in tears with the shirt over his head, it's very hard to watch.
He was being a little bit of a threat as well when he came on. He's getting at his man.
Which we needed to liven the game up as well. It was going quiet. I think you'd said it was quiet around the stadium from the second half onwards as well.
Yeah, well, we didn't have many players really taking on anyone, trying to get down the line, get balls in the box. And he was the one player that actually was doing that when he came on. So, again, very unfortunate. But we had to carry on. And don't get me wrong, we still got the ball in the box a little bit. But the passing in the last third just needed to be a little bit better when we needed it to be. And it wasn't. We kept giving the ball away a bit too much.
At half-time, you were so positive, Quinton, because it was a really encouraging first half, but the second half was a little bit different, as Wes said. Maybe the passing wasn't as consistent, possession wasn't.
It's strange because you expected them to come out and more intensity, but it's hard to say. But you have to give credit to Brighton, because when they get going in terms of their passing, they were very good. And
but Wes just said that. He said, "I was gutted when we got this draw."
Yeah.
Because we knew it was going to be a hard game.
They're a very good team. I watched them last week against City, and yes, it's another team, but coming to Old Trafford, I still expected them, after I'm sure the boys will be preparing this week in terms of how to play against them, but you just wanted more intensity, get more amongst them, make it difficult for them, because they've looked really comfortable here. And unfortunately, they got a fantastic finish from Danny Welbeck, but I'm happy for Danny Welbeck, but of course I wanted us to win today.
I'm sure Darren Fletcher will feel, a little bit unlucky at the timing of his interim head coach role as well, because he has lost players to the African Cup of Nations. Hopefully we will see some of them back before next week, Wes, because that's going to be a big game. It
will be, yeah. I think we get a couple back before next week, maybe another one. But at this stage where we are, we need everybody back, really. We need the squad to be strong and our best players on the pitch. And unfortunately, because of the AFCON, we've not been able to do that. But still, we have to adjust. But we've not quite had enough in the tank to really push forward, really. So we need our best players back. Any positives to take from today? I suppose Šeško getting another goal. That's 3-2 for him. Well, we were just confused because we thought it was Harry getting the goal, but then we saw the replay and a very good finish, and that will give him more confidence. But there was at times Wes mentioned we did confidence. But there was at times Wes mentioned we did get the ball in the box, crosses. But when you if we look at the highlights again, there's probably one or two plays in the box. We need more bodies in the box. It's all Brighton in there. The positives are Bruno's fit. Got through 90 minutes, very positive. Mason Mount's fit. So in terms of going to the next game, we have Harry back again. Amazing positives, but of course we wanted to stay in this competition in the FA Cup. But and we do have a derby to look forward to. We do. Yeah. It wasn't to be today, guys, but hopefully next week things will get better. My thanks to Quinton and Wes for joining me, and to you at home for watching. We'll see you.
Darren Fletcher's interview said a lot without actually saying it. When he talks about United being fragile and lacking confidence, that's not a throwaway line. That's someone inside the club admitting this group collapses the moment something goes wrong. The goal goes in, heads drop, tempo disappears, and suddenly it's the same old United we've seen for years. What stood out most was Fletcher basically saying, it's over to them now. That's huge. No excuses. No hiding behind managers. He's saying these players have to fight, grind, and win ugly just to rebuild belief. That alone tells you how low the confidence levels are at Old Trafford right now. And when Fletcher says the next manager's biggest job is confidence and unity, that should worry fans. Because confidence isn't fixed with tactics, it's fixed with character. And right now, this squad looks short on leaders. That's where Wes Brown's comments really hit home. Wes talks about intensity, aggression, speed, all the things Manchester United used to embody, and he's brutally honest. This team has ball players, but not enough pace, not enough power, not enough fear factor. Too many players want the ball to feet. Too few want to hurt teams. When Wes says United need to stop talking about DNA because he hasn't seen it for 10, 12 years, that's devastating. That's a treble winner basically saying this club has lost its identity. Between Fletcher's honesty and Wes Brown's frustration, the message is clear. This isn't a short-term problem. This is a broken culture. And unless the next manager fixes that fast, the boos at Old Trafford aren't going anywhere.